Hello Yu-Gi-Oh enthusiasts and welcome to Top Table Duels. Today's video is going to be a ranked best of 3 and it's going to be up here in the blue. We have Team DKFFAN. I'm just going to call him Team DK at 641. He's going to be playing looks to be a Zoodiac build, possibly with a little bit of a Cashier engine. I know Fenrir being popular to break boards. And down here in the red at 623 is Olion. And he is going to be playing a standard Tearlament Ishizu build. He's going to be going first. Let's go ahead and kick this off. Alright, so he's going to activate Shearing, ditching the Haveness, mill his 3, and then get to trigger his Haveness effect. And I don't know if he's going to activate Druid's Worm. Nope, or sorry, Saronir. He's not going to activate Saronir. So he's going to return those two, get his Kikalos. Kikalos effect is going to be met by an Infinite Impermanence, which is a good play on his opponent's part. So he's going to normal summon the Keldo Protector, probably going to Time Thief or Abyss Dweller. Yeah, so he's going to go into Dweller. So Imperm is not a common card that you'd see in a Tearlament's build, but a Dweller is a very safe bet. The only downside is though is that Dweller does not matter against this deck almost at all. But he does have his own Impermanence and his own Solic sitting down here to get his effects on. So Team DK is going to open up his turn, special summon a Fenrir, activate Fenrir's effect to search for another one, which is going to be met with the Solic by sending out the Kikalos. Kikalos effect is going to mill 5. And he's going to get 2 activable trigger effects to go off here. He's going to get the Sharon as well as the Merly. And yeah, so so he's looking at those, deciding what he wants to do. He's going to activate the Merly. So he's going to activate the Sharon and the Merly. So Sharon will resolve first. Special summon out his Recalls by returning the Kikalos, and then the Merly will return the Magnamut. Special summon out him Mud Dragon in the Swamp. Mud Dragon in the Swamp will declare water. So now he can't target any of the he can't target any water monsters effects. So all he has left is a special summon negation as well as a infinite impermanence. So at this point, he's going to Team DK is going to normal summon his Ram, go into Chicane, and then go into Borbo. Borbo's effect to attack directly and not do anything. It's going to be hit with an Imperm. But that does not matter. Next, he attack this turn. And he's going to link over into Zeus with 2 sets of materials. He's going to activate it, send everything else to the graveyard. Solic's going to activate, Recallis is going to activate. So he's going to get his Recallis back, and he's going to get a Rhino Heart. And then he's going to activate Zeus again, and he's going to set his 1 impermanence. He's going to say, hey, good luck. So he's going to, Olon's going to start off his turn by normal summoning the Rhino Heart. He just searched. He's going to be met with the Imperm. He's got the Haveness in hand. So he's just going to have to wait for an activation of a monster effect here. So he's going to normal summon the Whiptail, and then he's going to overlay into the Chicane, and then he's going to attack. Olon's going to say, yep, I see that. So what we're seeing right now is just Zeus Turbo. So he's got 2 more Zeus hits as well as Called by the Grave. So he's going to normal summon the Whiptail, immediately go into the Zoodiac Hammer Kong, and then a Drill Driver Bastion. What was that? Vespanado. I haven't seen that one. Once per turn, you can actually summon over using a rank 4. This card cannot be used as materials and actually summon the turn. It's actually summon. This card attacks the position while inflict piercing battle damage. Yeah, okay. So, Alon sees the writing on the wall and he says, I'm not going to play that anymore. I'm going to try again. And this time he's going to make Team DK. He's going to make Team DK go first. Team DK is just going to pass it. That can be a little bit dangerous. They can OTK. But he's sitting on the Nibiru. He's like, I've got this. I'm not worried. Alright, so Alon's going to start off his turn by special summoning the Keldo, ditching the Yugioh to get his Kelbeck, Yugioh's effect. Now we're all going to mill 5. And he whiffs every single one of his mills. That's a little rough to see, but you know, when you're playing a tier 0 deck, you know you're going to get the effect anyways. So then he's going to activate the effect of Sharon. to special summon itself, mill its 3. He hits the Havness, he hits the Medora, but he ditched the Kelbeck, so he's going to chain Havness 1, Kelbeck 2, so he's going to mill additional 5. And then he's going to conduct his fusion summon with Havness, and then he's going to activate Kitkalis effect and no Merly effect, it doesn't look like. Nope. So he doesn't continue on, he doesn't activate Merly's effect in Graveyard, but he's going to activate the Kitkalos effect to special summon the Merly out and the Merly Kitkalos. Now he's going to mill another 8, at which point he brings himself down to only 11 cards left in deck. You gotta love to see it. He's not hit any of his, he might have sided out all of his Tearlament traps, hasn't hit any of them. Mills his Rhino Heart as well as his Havness here. He does hit Scream. Okay, there he is. So he didn't side out of him, he just didn't happen to get into him. So Scream gets him his Sulik to the line to set up his negate, and then he's going to normal summon his Rhino Heart. Believe it or not, he hasn't used it yet. Then he's going to finally activate the Merly, which is going to be met by a Nibiru. Alright. So Kaleido Heart's going to come down as the summon. He's going to bounce the Nibiru, and then the Sheeran effect will trigger because it was sent by a card effect, hadn't used effect, and he's going to get into his Rukalos. So we're going to see 7k of damage here because the field spell boosts him all up, and he's going to set his Sulik and then pass turn. So we're going to activate a Raigeki, blow everything off the field. Both of them will trigger their effects. Sending the Havness. Havness effect will activate. Get himself into another Kitkalos. Kitkalos will get a search. Sorry, he's not going to use the search. He's going to send the Sheeran. He's going to get into his Dragostapelia. Alright, so now he has the negate set up. He's going to get the Zoodiac Guitar Roost. He's going to normal summon the Thorough Blade, ditch the Guitar Roost to draw 1 card, draws into his Call by the Grave. He's going to activate his Monster Reborn, but since both Rukalos and Kaleido Heart have already been special summoned, it can't summon itself back out. So then he's going to Exi over into Tiger Mortar. Tiger Mortar's effect, detach to get Whip on, so he can start banishing. Yep, so it's going to be met by a negation of Dragostapelia, so he's just going to swing over it anyways. Alright, at this point, we're now going to see a Zeus. So he's going to activate Zeus's effect, and that's going to be met by a Nibiru. Basically saying, hey man, don't forget to send everything else. Sulik's effect's going to trigger, which gets him his Rhino Heart. At this point, Tier only has, and no matter what they draw, they're drawing into a Tearlament monster. Alright, so he's going to activate the Paralino. Gets his Sheeran, and that's all he has to have left in deck is just Tearlaments. And then he's going to activate the Keldo, returning all of his fusions as well as his trap because he needs to get everything back, and he's going to pop the token, in which case Team DK is going to say, nope, that's enough for me. And Team DK is going to say, Alon, you get to go first. Or no, he's going to choose to go first. Alright, change it up a little bit. He's going to immediately start off with a D-Shifter, which is going to be met by a Gamma. Alright, and he's going to activate his, so now that he knows imperms have been turned off, he doesn't have any other side frames he can activate. He feels a little safe. He's going to activate the Thorough Blade, ditch 1, draw 1, and then activate his Dimensional Fissure, which is going to be a great setup for him. Then he's going to activate the Tiger Mortar. Team DK says that you don't have a special summon. You don't have a special summon monster. So what he was saying right there is if a card is sent from the hand of the grave, sent from the hand or deck to the opponent's graveyard, You can special summon one. You can target one special summon monster your opponent controls. Special summon this card from your hand, and then return that monster to the hand. So he's basically saying, hey, I think he was trying to say that on the resolution. Oh, so he's saying on the resolution of Thoroughblade, he wanted to do that when he ditched one to draw one. And he's saying, well, I wanted to respond to that. And he's like, we can't because Thoroughblade wasn't special summoned. I had nothing else on the field. All right, so he goes into Drill Driver Vespinato. So he's going to activate Keldo the Sacred Protector by ditching the Kelbeck. This should go... Yeah, so I don't know why he left the Kelbeck in the graveyard. That should be banished. Alright, so he's going to draw instead of Solemn Strike, and now we're just going to kind of go back and forth. His opponent is going to... He's going to have the set impermanence in the same column as the Dimensional Fissure. So he's going to try to attack in defense mode. That's going to be met by a Solemn Strike, so he can't use his own Zeus. I'm still confused at why that Kelbeck's in there. It shouldn't be there. Alright, so now Keldo is going to special summon itself, activate the effect of Kelbeck in the graveyard now. And they're all going to mill 5. He's going to get 2 of his Rhino Heart, but he's got nothing. He's got no Tearlament in hand, so he can't do it. So then he's going to special summon his Medora, and then Agito's effect is going to pop off, so H mill 5 more, and he hits the Merly. So he finally is Alon's finally into his engine here. Let's see, what do we get here? Nothing he can really use. Alright, so Kikalis is going to come down. Kikalis effect hit itself to special summon the Rhino Heart, and now he's going to mill his 5 more. And then he's going to send for Rhino Heart. He didn't declare the effect of Rhino Heart, but I think they're both just accepting it. So now he's got his Havness as well as his Sharon effects in graveyard to activate. That Imperm really coming in clutch. Turn off Dimensional Fissure, giving him a turn to open up. Again, let's just get rid of those Ishizu cards. The fact that he opens a whole hand of Ishizu and is able to mill 21 cards of his deck from the one opening he got deep from D Fissure. Konami's like, oh, we're giving you back D Fissure to 3 and Macro to 3. Everyone should be happy. That'll really show Tier what's happening. Yeah, it didn't turn out that way. All right, so he's gonna use both those fusions to go into Rukalis as well as Mud Dragon of the Swamp, and then he's going to. Looks like he meant to Exy. Yeah, he's gonna Exy over and do his Time Thief over the Rhino Heart. I think he meant to make sure it was the Rhino Heart. And he's going to link 2 off into Dark. Dark, he's got his Dimension Shifters because he's going to hit a Shifter. Then get into his Sprite. Sprite Elf, bring back Dark. Alright, so he's got the Solic for the negation. He hits a trap, so now he can pop the Dimension Fissure. So, Team DK is going to start off with a Fire Formation Tinky. He's really got kind of only one way out of this here. So he's going to normal summon his Thoroughblade. Effect to ditch the other Thoroughblade. Remember, D Fissure is back on. So Alon's going to say, hey, at start of BP, I'm going to activate. I'm going to hit the B. Right? Am I wrong there? One trap you can... Is it just place 1 card your opponent controls on the top of the deck? Yeah, so he goes for the B instead of the D Fissure, which is interesting. So then he's going to activate Monster Born in the Nibiru, which is going to be met by the Keldo. Alright, then he's going to link over into Tiger Mortar, get his Thoroughblade attached to it, and then he's going to pass turn. Alright, so Medora here is going to banish itself, return both of his field spells as well as a Rhino Heart, and he's going to start his turn and he draws into the Havness here. Alright, so he's immediately going to normal summon the Havness and then activate the Select. Team DK is going to say, hey, wait, you didn't shuffle. He said I put back 2, my filter was on. Okay, so saying I didn't see the shuffle. I didn't see the shuffle effect. So because it's been negated, he's going to take the full 3,000 here, plus the 1850. Right? What am I missing here? Alright, and then so he scoops up because he draws the Macrocosmos. So overall, I think they both played well. I don't think there was a terrible amount of misplay. I think there was a fairly wide opening. I know in the current build of Zoodiac, it really is just build Zeus as fast as you can, which I like that. The only problem is, though, is that because it's build Zeus as fast as you can, and especially it looks like he's possibly siding into both the Macrocosmos as well as the Dimension Fissure, is that he can't really go into that constant resource of, well, I'm just going to have my Zeus do all my heavy lifting, because he's going to turn his own fissures off unless he really knows that it's going to be the game that wins him. But I do think it was well played by both players. I really like that Zoodiac is getting kind of a little bit of a second life. I know back in the day of the Zoodiac loop where they were just drawing, they would constantly go into Die Gusto Emerald, and they just looped like no one's business, and it was just disgusting to watch. But I'm kind of glad to see him coming back a little bit. What I would consider one of the old tier zeros against one of the new tier zeros of their time. So let me know what y'all think about the videos. If you think Zoodiac is a deck that you can start playing right now as a rogue matchup. And let me know what other videos you guys want to see. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe. It goes a long way towards me. As I said in the other video today, we just broke 200 subscribers in under a month and a half, which I'm super ecstatic about. I can't believe that the channel has grown so fast and so much. That's all thanks to you guys. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch y'all next time.
Thank you for watching. Try some of these other great duels. If you like what you saw, give us a like and subscribe.